Hello garden lovers, I hope you're well. Well, in today's video we are going to follow up from yesterday's garden tour because there were so many roses to show you. It almost felt like an inventory than a garden tour. And this particular rose, I was told, only had 1 second of fame, which is very unfair because she is very pretty. This rose is Pride and Prejudice, grown in my white border. A lovely open bloom, a very aged, probably about 4 days old, this bloom. And there's another rose I wanted to show you. Oh, actually, before we get along, this is lovely Champagne Moment, also known as the Lion's Rose. Really gorgeous, perfect for this white coloured border. There was a rose that we didn't manage to see yesterday. This is Gio number 1. As you can see, it's a slightly pinkish peach colour, not quite the white that I thought I was buying from the pictures online, but you can't get this Gio brand breeder in the UK, so it's actually quite unusual. But I have to move this in the autumn because I don't feel the colour suits my white border. It's not white enough. So we're also going to have a look at some peonies today because it is peony season and we really should give them their moment. This is a lovely yellow and white one. This one's called Honey Gold. Really lovely, and it actually really smells lovely. Peonies, they do have a very strong fragrance and they are very easy to care for and long-lived, but they take up so much space. Just showing you some of the wildflowers here, which is just by the side of the driveway, and it's really looking very, very lovely. The colours are so compatible and loved by the bees. Look at that, lavender, gorgeous, and self-seeded Lovin' in the Mist with this nice shaped seed heads. Calendula, and the self-seeded poppies are over, but leaving these lovely seed heads. Really nice colour combo here. Well, we just have another look at Lady Emma Hamilton because she really is looking really lovely in this early evening light. Discontinued David Austin, but look at that. How gorgeous is that flower? It just glows. Beautiful citrus floral scent, very strong. What a lovely, lovely rose. So this one here is Peony, Kansas. This bloom here is faded. It's been several days already. Although peonies are fleeting, they really do add drama and attract attention when they are in bloom. This one here we saw yesterday is called Fur Elise. Planted only bare root a few months ago, and look at the buds on this. Even with the central flower gone, there'll be many, many more flowers to come. I also want to show you a very unusual bloom. This one is Timeless Purple. Now, how flat this shape is, how flat is that? That is just super flat. Big and flat, very unusual. And let me smell. Wow, it does have a good scent too. Really lovely colours, and the flat bloom doesn't start up like that. Look at that, that's how flat that is. But this is the bud. This is how it starts, like a regular rose. Lovely, and see how flat that is. Lovely, lovely rose. I do recommend this. Very, very healthy as well. Very upright. Very strong petals. That is timeless purple. There's another new rose here that I got from Town Centre in Luton. This is one I randomly added to my basket. This is Rosenfaszination. I love how the colours are. In real life, it's so much more prettier. Do you see that bloom there? Another flat bloom, look. How flat that is. That is very, very flat. And I love the underside where it's still pink. Gorgeous rose. I think it's won quite a few awards. And I love the formation. And the petals on the underside is still very pink. Very gorgeous rose. I'm so glad I have it. I don't think I've seen this for sale in the UK. So I'm really glad to have that. Lovely, lovely, gorgeous combination of colours there. And another one I want to show you. This is Harlow Carr. Oh, it's got ladybug larvae on there. And it is full of tiny buds. Really gorgeous, but it's very thorny. Not everyone's cup of tea, but I do think it adds something to the border. You know, we don't want roses that are all big and blousy. Sometimes it's just nice to have something dainty and something, the shape a little bit contrasting and different. I call these kind of roses the bridesmaid rose. Not big and blousy, but just pretty and complements big blousy roses really well. Look at the amount of buds on there. And this is only a 4-year-old cutting. Only a cutting. Lovely flower though, good fragrance. So this is Harlow Carr. And oh my gosh, look at this bloom. How gorgeous is this? I think this is a rose. This rose is Pierre de Ronsard, also known as Eden Rose. The most famous rose in the world. My goodness, and rightly so. I think every rose enthusiast or anyone with a rose garden really should have this rose. It is the ultimate in beauty. It is a short climber, but I'm trying to grow this as a shrub. Big blooms. The only thing is it doesn't have scent, but these blooms are so long lasting, you just overlook that, you know, that with the no scent thing. Wow, just look at that. Beautiful. I might have to get another one because I'm just so in love with this. Gorgeous rose, very healthy and long lasting. Well, this lovely peony here is called Peony Do Tell. I showed you in my last video, and I did have a friend who's a non-gardener, and she asked me what this plant was. And I said, it's Peony Do Tell. And she says, did you just say Peony Do Tell? And I said, yeah. And she said, have you ever peed on your knees? Do tell. And I just laughed. I said, no, it's physically impossible for girls to pee on knee. It must be a boy thing. Yeah, and we giggled about it. So if my brother ever asks me whether I want some of his peonies, and I say, no, I don't want your pee on my knee, thanks very much. Wow. Who names these, eh? Who names these? So we are, oh, I'm going to show you something. Now that, who has done that before? You go in for a sniff, and on the way out, you break a bud. Oh, and you get so sad when you see it. That is just so sad, yes. Right, I'm just going to finish this video with a look at this rose I showed you in my garden tour. This rose is not widely grown, possibly because it's very, very prickly, very thorny. But I'm going to show you anyway because we don't see it very often. This is the country Parsons. It's a short rose, not very big. I have grown it at the front of the border. So the thorns are lethal. Look at that. Let me just show you another one. Let's have a look. Look at those thorns. That's why it's not widely grown. But the flowers are so cute. So cute. Very small, upright, and quite flat at the top as well. Like that. Very prolific and quite fragrant. It's quite a pretty little rose. Could be useful in certain situations where you want, you're actually happy to have these thorns. But it is a beautiful flower, and I do think should be more widely grown. So this is the country parsons, and with this I thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon.